you know how it is like being legitimately addicted to something, but when it's over, you're shot. Yeah.
Episode 127. You know, I mean business, and I got camo on.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo, and I'm sorry.
I'm ready. I got camo and Air Force One, so you could go into the streets or the woods.
That's right.
Yeah, and I didn't mean any connotation by the streets. I just mean streets.
Literally streets.
Yep. There you go. New tour dates. We just announced them this week, ladies and gentlemen, on starting in February. Fayetteville, North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Indy, Columbus, Rochester, D.C., KC, St. Louis, Myrtle Beach, Cincy, Grand Junction, Salt Lake City, Omaha, Wichita, Sacramento, Fresno, San Diego, Pensacola, and Charlotte. What a lineup.
You're getting good at reading those off.
What a line. Do it fast now.
Yeah.
Well, those are mostly big cities.
Yeah.
Here's how you know, is if the city needs a state after it.
Yeah, right.
Does Fayetteville? Oh, Fayetteville does because there's two. 'Cause I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina. There's Fayetteville, Arkansas. Greensboro doesn't need a state. Indy doesn't need a state. Columbus, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, that needs a state. Grand Junction, needs a state.
South Dakota.
No, dude, Colorado.
I don't know, dude.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. I've been off this week. This weekend, I'm going to Denver, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Let's get into it,
Speaking
baby.
of South Dakota.
Yeah, rest of the year is Oxnard, Long Beach, Bakersfield, Savannah, Athens, Augusta, Bristol, Midland, Lubbock, Dallas, Chicago, and Davenport, Iowa. Lined up, baby. We're ready to go, dude. Lots of new material.
Love.
Whole show's pretty close to brand new. If you
I got to get out to a new one. I haven't seen a new one yet.
Dude. Lots to discuss. Sometimes I get near a topic that I talk about in the show on the pod. And then I make sure.
You got to like pump the brakes.
Yeah, I got to go. I want to go into the whole bit, but I can't do it.
Yep, fair.
This week's episode brought to you by new sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, iHerb. Back on the pod. Support for today's episode comes from iHerb. Did I say that right?
You sure did.
iHerb offers the best curated selection of wellness products at the best possible value across a variety of categories such as supplements, sports nutrition, groceries, and beauty. Unbelievable. This is your one-stop shop for all all your health and wellness needs. They care for what's actually inside every bottle that make up your morning self-care, cool-down routines, and more. They test to verify to ensure that what you find in every bottle is what's supposed to be there. Their site is super easy to navigate. That's true. You can search by category, brand, or ailments, which is unique. You don't have to go on WebMD, see what's wrong with you, and then come over here. You just go straight here.
Yep.
iHerb. I want to help with your circulatory support or ailments. If you want help with like circulatory.
That's a really tough one.
Circulatory.
You got it.
Support or digestive support. Then you can further narrow your search by ratings, price, diet, vegan, vegetarian. They've really thought of everything to make shopping for these products convenient and easy. I got a bunch of stuff on there. They gave me a gift certificate.
Love it.
Yep. What? Easton doesn't have one, but, we're working on it. iHerb offers over 50,000 products on a variety of categories, including supplements, sports nutrition, beauty, bath and personal care, grocery, baby, and pets. That's actually unbelievable. You can trust your products will arrive first-rate condition because iHerb orders are shipped from climate-controlled fulfillment centers in the U.S. to ensure quality of their products, and they ship to over 180 countries.
That's like all of them.
That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I wonder how many countries there are.
I think there's 2 something.
We're charting. We're charting in most of them.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Products available at iHerb are sourced directly from the brands and authorized to get in there and check it out. They got an unbelievable selection and products. There's no third-party sellers. Interesting. This is so important when there are companies out there selling fake products. You have no idea what ingredients are in them. iHerb does not allow, listen to this, third-party resellers on its website or mobile apps. When you go to Amazon, it's a lot of stuff it's not from Amazon, it's a lot of stuff from everywhere.
Right.
You get free shipping in the U.S. on purchases over $30 and offer 24/7 customer support if you have questions about your order. Unbelievable. Our listeners get 22% off.
Specific.
Interesting. We never had 22. Your first order when using the code NETPOSITIVE at iHerb.com/shop/netpositive. Existing customers receive 15% off. That's 22% off your first order at iHerb.com/netpositive. iHerb.com/shop/net positive and use the promo code net positive. Choose iHerb because wellness matters, ladies and gentlemen. Hot episode of the pod.
The hottest.
I had a great time.
Me too, dude.
I had an unbelievable time. Chris Janson came through.
What a great guy.
Longtime friend of mine.
Just such a ray of sunshine.
I feel so uplifted.
Same.
I want to go out and volunteer at the soup kitchen. Go encourage some people. I feel like tonight I'm doing some at Zany's. I'm doing some pop-in. I just want to go encourage everybody, try to help everybody.
Nice.
Do the best I can.
I want to go hunting. After
We do
watching,
get
after
into
doing
that a
that,
little
I'm
bit.
like,
Yeah.
I need to get in the woods.
We do be getting into that.
I need to get with my ancestry.
And I feel like this is it. We talked about him getting the Rock's phone number.
Yeah.
And we talked about that before in here about me trying to get another guy's number.
Yeah. Do you want to unpack that a little bit?
Well, I asked who asked somebody for whose number, and then I talk about a situation I had this week about asking for a guy's number.
Right.
But I talked about this because this happens to me. I feel like all the time we have an ongoing John getting other dude's number watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Dan Orlovsky from ESPN, the longtime Colts quarterback and his commentator. If you watch ESPN, you see this guy every day. Okay, we're filming in Fort Lauderdale on the beach. He runs by. I look at him. I was like, "What's up, dude?" I just recognized him. He was running by himself.
He looked good?
Looked great.
Yeah, okay.
Great body.
Yeah.
In excellent shape.
Yep.
He runs by, kind of passes me a little bit. He goes, "What's up, dude?" And we're filming. I had 3 cameras around, so he's probably like, "That guy's."
This is when you're looking for the plane.
Yeah, I was looking for the plane, and then he goes, "What's up, dude?" He goes, "Big fan," and then he was kind of like running off, and he goes, "Dude, I love that bit you do about asking for prayer when there's somebody's like, I'm not praying for that." I was like, he's like, "I just saw that like 2 days ago."
Nice.
I was like, "That's kind of you," and I was like, "I love the NFL. He loves comedy." I was like, "Should we?" But I didn't.
Did he?
But he was also running. I'm not asking for a guy's phone number when he was running.
I was gonna say, like, did he have a phone on him? You don't even know if he has a phone on him because he's out there just getting a good run.
I
in.
could ask for his number.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be the move.
Well, yeah. But asking for his number while he's active. That's a crazy time to ask
Like
for
a drive-by ask for a number.
A number ask.
Yeah, as he's just
I'm
like
uncomfortable with that. Well, I think it's because if you're like
615.
yeah, he's running away, and he's just gonna remember it. Yeah.
He's gonna recite it to himself the whole rest of the
I'd be
run.
nervous asking guys for their numbers.
Dude, you just gotta ask, man. You just gotta go up to him and ask. Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't think I've ever not given somebody my number. Have you?
Really?
Can I have your number? No. You've never not given somebody your number.
Yeah, but I'm me. You're you.
If someone says, "Can I have your phone number?" That's just such a bold ask.
If people are gonna start asking you for your number now.
No, yeah, shoot. Can I have your phone number? They are, dude. In the meet and greet,
say no,
in the
bro.
meet and greet this weekend, that's all people are gonna do. Ask you for my phone number,
dude. No,
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no,
Can I have your phone number? No.
you can't.
You know, girls in the bar or whatever, they'd give like a fake number. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
And then it goes to somebody else or something like that. Or they try to text, the guys try to text them right in front of them.
That would be my fear. That would make me not give a fake number because that would terrify me.
It's like
I'm so afraid of like getting caught in little lies like that.
Bro, you ever been like, so would somebody ask you like, you're like friends with somebody for a while and they're like, "Do you even know what my name is?"
Oh yeah.
Like you can't ask, that's crazy.
Yeah, I want to jump off a bridge when that
Yes.
happens. Yeah.
If you know it.
Dude, I realized that about myself really young. Like I hate that
wild.
feeling. I hate
Yeah.
the fear
The
of like that. And
confrontation.
so I just
Yeah.
stopped doing it. I was like, I can't lie anymore like that.
Dude, we were in Saginaw, Michigan last weekend, and a guy, we have a driver during the day that the bus is there in the loading dock. So he just, if you want to go to a coffee shop or lunch or to the hotel or the bus driver, I remember him from a year and a half ago, Thor, which is, I feel like we did like a superhero joke.
Fair.
And I go, "Are you Thor?" And he goes, "How did you remember that?" Like it feels, when you do know it,
Oh yeah.
unbelievable.
No doubt.
Yeah, 'cause if
when someone's like, "Do you know my birthday?" It's like, no,
No, dude.
no.
You never
I don't.
told me.
Yeah, no.
I would say if somebody goes, "What's my name?" I go, "You never told me."
What's my name is tough, man. That's
You never
a tough
told me.
one. Yeah.
We're best friends.
I've started just because I'm usually not that great with names. I've started just falling on my sword. Just being like,
Yeah.
"Dude, what's your name again?" "I'm sorry, I'm Alex."
That's good. Yeah,
I don't remember. I'm
Alex.
sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to be more confident asking dudes for their numbers.
You should be, dude.
Yeah, because I could.
They're gonna give it to you.
What?
They're gonna give it to you.
But then I DM'd him.
Okay, cool. That works.
Is that, yeah. I was like, good to see you.
That works because he was running too. Like for that scenario, I think you played that well.
I said, good to see you. What did I say? I don't remember. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. No,
I think you played it well. You can stop thinking about it.
I said something cool. Yeah.
You can let this go. You did it.
I did it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we're fine.
It was well played.
Yeah. But I feel like everybody, I'm be trying to get everybody on the pod. I'm not.
No.
Yeah, I'm not trying to ask you of anything.
Just looking for friends.
Yeah. Just looking for friends.
Yeah, just looking for friends.
Like I'm on
Hey,
Tinder.
Dan, can I get your number? I'd love to be friends.
Yeah. Isn't there like a Tinder for like girls that need friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that called?
I don't know.
They just like, I think it's Tinder.
like Bumble for friends or
Yeah,
something like
it's a
that.
Bumble thing.
And he's just like, I just need some friends.
Just looking for
I
friends.
support that.
I think it's sick.
Yeah. I just need to add. Yeah.
It's hard to make friends.
I like you. Let's be friends.
We like the same stuff.
It'd be hard to make friends. As
It
an
is,
adult.
dude.
I guess I
But-
do understand slightly.
I'm going to be more confident. The listener should email in if they got a funny story about asking someone for their number in person.
Yes.
And either they said no or there was like a runaround.
I would
That'd
love
be great.
to hear those stories.
Or somebody asked you, but you can just block somebody.
That's what I would do.
yeah, you can.
I would give out my number and then block them.
Or just ignore. You can just not answer.
Yeah. Or you can just not answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just be like, you can't
I don't
just
have
because
one.
you have my number.
I don't have a phone.
I don't know.
No, sorry.
If it's in your pocket, you don't have a phone. No, what do you mean? I don't have
sorry.
one. Yeah.
Well, thanks for introducing me to a new friend today. Chris is great.
Yeah, Chris is great. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I like guys that are like, that seems like the guy I'm talking to.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's him.
And then he told a story about The Rock that I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes me love The Rock.
Yep.
Because sometimes you see stuff about The Rock and you're like, I don't know, that seems. And then you're like, it's awesome to hear about other people are like genuine and kind.
I feel like anybody Chris is friends with is quality people.
Yeah, 100%. I really, and we're gonna. He got us into hunting.
Yeah, we're in now.
We might go.
Yeah.
And I got the pants for it.
Yeah, we're
Chris
doing-
Janson, ladies and gentlemen, we love this episode. Fired up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm off the desk. You know what that means? Guest in the studio, world-renowned country singer, avid outdoorsman, overall good-looking man. Chris Janson's in the house, ladies and
Thank you
gentlemen.
so much. I'll clap for that.
And look at, dude, you know what I said? Lots of times when I see a country artist hatted up all the time, I'm worried about their hair. This guy, I've seen him without a hat.
Yeah.
Great set of hair.
Yeah, nothing to be worried about.
That's
a good
misleading.
set of hair or
Look,
something.
great
There it
set of hair.
Yep. Yep.
What do they call it? Hatfish.
Yeah, hat fishing.
Because you wear a hat all the time.
Yeah, a lot of time. I actually didn't wear one yesterday. My wife goes, "God, you look sexy." I was like, "Thank you so much."
Hey.
We're getting into
I
it.
mean, I'm in for it. So,
Well, yeah.
but yeah, I wear a hat all the time. This is my signature hat with Bass Pro.
yeah.
We sell for conservation, so I wear it, really proudly.
Johnny makes you wear it.
Nope.
He's like, dude, you can't go anywhere with
Nope.
that.
Actually, it was my idea. As a matter of fact,
yeah.
second day after I met him, I was like, "Yo, I need my hat. I need my own hat here." He was like, "Cool."
No,
let's do it."
you can buy it in Bass Pro, can't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's right
that's
when you walk
awesome.
in the front door.
Well, I feel like the country artist is good. It's like a football player. He's got to wear a helmet. Country artist is always, because they always wear a cowboy hat. But the only time the country artists get in trouble is the red carpet.
Yeah, you're right.
Because then they gotta take off the hat.
I was funny about wearing a cowboy hat for years. I grew up wearing one. I grew up riding horses. Like, it was just a part of my culture. And then of course, when you're little, you don't want to be anything of where you grew up. If you come from a small town, usually.
Yeah.
So like, I wanted to be a rock and roll guy for quite some time. And I said, all right, I'm getting rid of all this stuff. And then
Get the leather pants.
I had some, yeah. And actually,
Not chaps. Not functional chaps.
I got leather pants
Yeah.
from Scott Weiland. His designer actually made me a pair in Los Angeles. Long story, but anyway, I've come. Full
Long story means we're not going to talk
Yeah, we're
about
not
that
gonna
stuff.
go-
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what long story means.
No,
Long
it's
story,
actually
yeah.
a great story. Actually, it's
Scott Weiland.
my first plane ride to my first plane ride ever was to Los Angeles, California. Seriously, I got off and went to West Hollywood, and was introduced with Velvet Revolver to like the guy who was styling them for their current tour, and and they put me in a bunch of clothes, and I was writing for a publishing company they were writing for. But anyway, I circled back to the cowboy hat thing. I brought it back over the last couple of years because I like wearing a cowboy hat, and it's a natural thing for me. So now I've got my cowboy hat collection back up, and I wear one, part time.
Cowboy hat? Well, I wonder what the scale of pulling off a Easton. Look at this guy. Look at the guy. Or do you think he could pull one off?
Yeah, and anybody
You think
can pull-
so?
Yeah.
No way.
I don't think so.
You just gotta tell I do. You just gotta. I just tell the truth. It's like, I was kind of feeling like a little bit of an idiot because when I was a kid, I sort of knew how to rope, and then I went through these adult years and not ever threw a rope or anything, never really rode a horse anymore. And so I was like, man, if I'm gonna wear a cowboy hat, I got to relearn to rope. I got to relearn these things. Trent Willman, Cody Johnson's producer and my songwriter friend, he was like, I'm gonna teach you how to rope.
Cody
like,
Johnson
perfect.
knows how to rope. I feel like
No, he knows how to rope. He's a real cowboy.
We have that thing on that we always, whenever we go downtown, real or fake cowboy.
Oh,
So we
100%.
see somebody wearing a cowboy hat, we go, is this guy, is he appropriating the culture, or is he?
Most of them aren't. Most of them aren't. You can really tell by the shape. Yeah.
On Broadway?
No kidding.
Yeah.
You can really tell by the shape.
Yeah.
I prefer the classic bull rider shape of a cowboy hat. But I mean, whatever. I mean, I think you have to walk it and talk it, and I'm really upfront about it. I don't pretend to be a real cowboy.
What about one with blinking white lights?
No,
that doesn't count.
Maybe on a pedal car.
You should start carrying rope with you, John.
Yeah.
Start asking guys here.
Roping is you're talking about like a
a
calf.
cattle rope.
Yeah. The calf's running away and you get it.
It actually is in my truck now, and because that's just the last place we put it. But it's funny, man. Like some real cowboy friends of mine, like Trent, for instance, he's a real cowboy, and he said the easiest way to relearn to rope is to let's put a bucket in the yard. And I was like, well, that's not very cool. Like, that doesn't look good on TV,
Yeah, it's not
and
cool.
that's not real cowboy stuff. He's like, this is what all real cowboys do. You got to learn. If you can rope this, you can rope a steer. And I was like, all right, cool.
You can rope this,
but
you
get
can rope
this.
a steer.
So I'm roping this bucket, and I'm like totally kicking ass roping this bucket. And we posted online. People are like, roping a bucket, like
Not
totally
it.
different than a steer.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nah,
Damn.
get out of here. You're like, nah,
I mean,
get fired. You're out.
yeah, the real cowboy here said that.
Yeah. Look, we'll ask Easton. Easton, if you need to rope, what is the purpose of roping a calf? Why are you roping it?
To catch it,
Where is it going?
keeping it from running away.
Is that right?
Probably.
I think it's
loving the answers.
all the cows.
What's the point of fences, Easton? What does a fence do?
All right, so all the cows are going in the if you're a cowboy, you're getting them all in the thing.
In the pen.
chute?
Like Yellowstone.
Yeah, in the pen.
And one goes awry.
Correct.
And you
got to
to
rope that sucker.
And
I
then
mean,
what
Easton's got the only cowboy hat name in the whole bunch.
Dude. Yeah,
We have all like real American
Easton,
names. He's
yeah.
like, my name's Easton.
oh yeah, dude.
I mean, you know what I mean?
He is
Like,
a character.
Yeah, he deserves a cowboy
My
hat.
name's Easton. Well, we always wonder, because there's always this conversation that always happens about, is this guy, are these country artists
The real deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But everybody always asks that question. Why do you think everybody's so obsessed with that? About wondering why?
I think as fans really want to believe what they're hearing for most people.
Hmm.
I think like if I had to give my opinion on the most realest guy out there is Luke Bryan. He's one of the realest country people I know. That guy can actually fix your tractor. He can plant your peanut field. I mean, he catches fish all day. He loves to hunt.
Yeah. We've told some stories about
He's a
Luke
country
Bryan.
dude. I mean,
I
that's
thought
the
you had a
countryest
good,
son of a
you
gun
had
I
a
know.
good Luke Bryan accent.
Well, it's funny you should say that, John.
And he said you have the best.
Hey guys,
that's huge.
This is Luke Bryan. Thanks for coming in here to the John Crist podcast. What you see is what you damn get. That's what I can tell you. We're going to take this thing all the way to Leesburg, Georgia.
He does sound like that.
It's really good.
He's a great guy. Cody Johnson's a real cowboy.
Yeah, Luke Bryan's the man.
Luke Bryan's a real farmer. I mean, that's what he is. So
I guess if you're a NASCAR driver, if you're anything, if you're a architect, if you live in the downtown New York City, everybody wants to know
you're the real deal.
is if you're the real deal of what you're saying you are, I guess. He's like, I grew up in Brooklyn. You got to go, what street? What if you say you live here, prove it.
Yeah.
Because you want to know if what the signals you're receiving from that person.
100%. I mean,
Can
as
be
a
trusted.
fan, as me being a fan of some people, like I want to know that they are, really badass or not. Like I had the fortunate pleasure of meeting Merle Haggard. That guy was a real outlaw. I mean, he was a really in prison, real outlaw, sang about what he lived. There's a lot of people out there that are real deal.
Dude, you know what I was just thinking? It's a double standard because we want all these country artists to be like that. Then Morgan Wallen throws a chair off the roof drunk, and we're like, we come down on him.
Dude.
It can't be both. If
And
you
for-
wanted to be a real if you wanted to be really what he sings about, then he is that, and everybody's mad.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much that. I don't know him on that level, but I mean, I would say that.
dude.
I mean, George Jones wrote a.
Was that?
Don't forget, George Jones wrote a freaking lawnmower down the road because somebody took his keys. I mean, so that's pretty. I mean, that is the
That's
most outlaw
country.
thing you can
Yeah.
pretty much
and
do.
Morgan's canceled like 2 shows. He was No Show Jones. That's what his name was.
Great.
Right?
If it works and it learns to sell, then I mean, I would.
Because he was like, I might be drunk. I might not come to the show. That's what his name was.
Yeah, I think
George
that's
No Show Jones.
Yeah, no, for real. He didn't show up to a lot of shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. It was they call me No Show Jones. I mean, it's a very famous song.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe don't you think if with everybody having Instagram and stuff like that, I've always made the joke about artists that are like, screw the system, whatever, and then you like see them on Instagram like out with my 2 children at brunch, and you're like, oh, dude. But both of those things, you should be like, we know too much about him. Like Slash, I'm
Yeah.
sure he was picking up his kids at the.
You know he was going through the Happy Meal line. No, I'm just kidding. He's I don't even know Slash that well. You know, he played on my record.
And I don't even know who Slash is. I just think Slash is like a.
Full transparency, I don't know his real name. So I don't think does anybody know his real name? But we reached out to him to play on that record with me and Dolly, the duet, and seems like a great guy. You know, it's that was the one person. Whenever I took that first plane ride to LA, that was the one guy in the band that I didn't meet. He was always just off doing his own deal. But yeah, it's interesting you say that, man. You know, you just never really know. But a lot of the people I've run into or worked with, they're pretty much the real deal. I think that birds of a feather find themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Are you protective of like country music? Like with everybody jumping into country right now, it seems. Are you protective of like the integrity of the genre?
Yes and no. I mean, I guess that's always been kind of question and always been kind of an answer. The real honest truth, though, is I pay attention to me. I don't mean that selfish, but I really just don't watch a lot of what's going on around me. Not even my friends, by the way.
Why'd you look at me, dude?
He's like, I haven't watched
No,
your
it's
specials, any of them. Haven't seen them.
I'm being completely honest. I'm being completely honest here on a serious note. I don't listen to a lot of music. I don't watch what's going on around me as far as the radio charts or streaming or anything like that. Even in touring, I watch comedy. No BS,
dude.
brother. I watch you a lot. I watch Phil Hanley a lot. Like I watch guys who crack me up, and that's where I find peace. And I spend too much time hunting and fishing, and I'm also raising kids. I'm raising kids. You know, we're raising kids for real. It's not just for the pictures on the Instagram. I mean, we're really raising kids, and they're raising us.
You could say hunting, fishing, loving every day.
I mean, basically, I wish I had written that song, God's Honest Truth.
I was trying to get you to do it. All right, never mind.
But hunting, fishing, loving every day. That's a prayer this country boy prays.
All right, no more.
But
It was a fantastic song. We love the guy. Great guy.
hey, there we go. I didn't know we could do that. All right, here we
No
go.
one knows what to do. They didn't know what to do in 2016. They don't know what to do now. And I can tell you one thing. We're here with Big Jim Crist. What a great guy. We love Jim. Jim has been in my corner a long time, and he's a fantastic person. I like this guy, Shane Gillis, great guy. He doesn't know me, but I want to know him. He wants to know me, I think. I saw this guy on Kill Tony. What a fabulous job. He was kind of quiet, sat there. He was loving it. The guys came out, red band, kept hitting the thing. And at some point, they're going to have the real deal, the Man of Steel, me. They're going to have me on there. And I want to say that we're going to have a great 2025 moving forward. It's going to be great. The election is November, but we're going to be, you let him talk all the time. You never let me say anything.
Dude, hey, well done, man. Come on, man.
thanks, man.
Come on.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's what
man.
Trump to get into Trump. I
Yo,
go
look,
for it. Dude.
That's what
I
a lot of
wanna-
time in a tree stand
That's
does, I guess.
unbelievable.
Yeah, just,
I want to get into impersonations and stand-up
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad I couldn't even stand it. Like
I can get into it. You
like-
already got it.
Thank you. For like my whole life is like that's what I get in. To answer your question in full, that's what I get into. And man,
God, so good.
I can't say that I'm a protector of a genre, so to speak. No, the answer would be no to that because, man, there's room for a lot of different things and a lot of different people. As for a matter of fact, what if Velvet Revolver, when I was 18 years old, told me, "Forget it, you're too country. We don't want anything to do with you." I think that would have been incredibly rude. So I just think that for anybody who may get rustled up about certain people coming to the genre or people leaving the genre or whatever. Man, just do you. Just focus on yourself. And when you focus on yourself, you do the best comedy, you do the best music, you write the best songs. And, envy will kill you faster than anything. Mm-hmm. Envy and greed and pride and vanity and all those things. If you look too much at other people, it will kill you inside. And I'm a victim of that myself over the years. So I try not to be that guy. Awesome. I go, if anything if anything bothers me at all, I literally, I don't go to the church house much, but I go to church everywhere. I'm close to the Lord, not to get too spiritual here, but I'm close to Jesus, and I go to the prayer and I go to outside. And then if something's bothering me, I just get it off my back like that, So
nice.
That's a good way to do
Love
it.
It's
truth.
Truth.
That's great.
Well, I think if you want to be a stand-up comic, I'll tell you right now, if you just, with those two impressions, New Material Monday is every Monday at Zany's. Mm-hmm. You could do that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You could do those two. They go, imagine Trump going to Tootsie's. Mm-hmm. Imagine
it was a great place.
Luke. Imagine Luke Bryan going into a Wendy's.
I've already got my own bar. I mean, we can, and I can love a Wendy's burger. Unbelievable.
I didn't have any of this on my bingo card today.
Neither. I didn't see this. But if you have one, you just have to do that impression of that guy going to a funny place.
Yeah.
And then you're good.
Yep.
Then you're set.
Yeah, you do a quick 5.
You're past 97% of all comedians.
Yeah.
If somebody, New Material Monday, there's 10 comics there. This guy's gonna do Trump going into a DEI converation. You're like,
100%.
I'm in. I don't even know whatever side I'm on. This is awesome.
I like to do the presidential arguments. Like for years, I've been like, I thought a great bit would be to put a old rotary phone on the table.
Yep.
And you walk up. You don't even introduce yourself. You just walk up, pick it up, and you start talking like one president. Then you get a call coming in. You set it down. You pick it up, and it's another one.
Do them all.
Michelle and I, we're gonna. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take the country. Donald Trump, great guy, but we want to get along. So we came here tonight to encourage everybody to really get involved, get engaged, change the face of the country. It's great.
There he is.
We're gonna be fine.
Who's that? Biden?
Yeah.
Hey! Whoa! We're great. You're great.
When are you working on these? When is this happening?
Bipartisan. He does both sides.
That's right. Yeah, both sides of the aisle.
Here's the thing. We love aisles. Number 1, aisles are good. And B, you can walk down them.
Number 1 and B.
And 3, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You know the deal.
Unreal, dude.
I'm working on that one a little bit.
That's
but
good.
I'm getting there.
I bet when you're out there outside, that's what comes to you.
Yeah, just out in a stand by yourself.
Yeah, man. I can't help it. I mean, I just, you can. People are the world is in such a tense place. I was in LA this week. We love Los Angeles, and people are so tense, not in a good way. Like they're tense, like in a really pent up kind of way. And we're too blessed to be stressed, man. We're in a free country where free speech is so big, and like you live it. You're a comic, so getting up every day, man, and living that lifestyle, and it's just so weird. I mean, we live in a time where comics are getting censored for offending somebody. Like it's comedy. It's supposed to be funny, and so I just try to find the light things in life. And you're right. The bipartisan laughing. If we did more of that, by the way, I think people would probably get along a lot better. So that's where I'm at on it.
SNL this week?
No.
I mean, SNL, they've crushed the Harris Walls campaign. And I haven't seen them.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see them go that far since. I mean, they've kind of like in the past like month, they're like, this is absurd.
They're like, we can't not.
I think so.
We got to take these shots.
They just taking shots, and a lot of like those impressions that you do. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say for sure, but there's a lot of countries that if you made fun of the leader, you'd be
done.
scared for your life.
Yeah, you're out.
Would that be correct or no?
Yeah.
Then in some countries, if you make fun of the president publicly,
yeah,
you might have to go into hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not here.
My thing is like I don't look at it as making fun. I just think it's like laughing with you. If somebody did an impression of me, I would think it was awesome. If somebody dresses up like me, I'm like sweet, like looking in a mirror.
Luke Bryan thinks that impression's awesome.
He loves me. He actually does love it. I did this thing one time, and then they played it. They rolled the tape for him, And he was like, damn, like that, I can't even believe it. But yeah,
He sounds more than me than I do.
I don't know
You
what.
sound more like Luke Bryan than he does.
Thanks, man. If I could work on a tractor as good, I'd be really sad.
Well, I think a lot of maybe the country artist. I was gonna have a joke, but it's so insider that it's not for everybody. That like it's called country artist when he goes outside. He's like, all right, get the camera. Like he has to. Whenever someone jumps on like a John Deere, they're like, if we're not filming this,
Oh, we got to get some content.
yeah, what are we
yeah.
doing out here?
Yeah, come to my house sometimes. I'm gonna be dove hunting. And Kelly would be like running down through the field and be like, "Yeah, I need to film this." I'm like, "I'm hunting." Like, what are we doing? I took my shirt off the other day because I was hot. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna make great content." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my shirt back on." Like weird.
For the internet or for you?
Yeah, I'm good if it's for her, but it's not like I don't work out or nothing, so I don't really, I don't care. It's like whatever, but fine with me.
I like a lot of people have. Did you see the walls going hunting?
I did. I
Yeah.
saw a brief clip of it.
Yeah, did you
and
see
then I
that?
turned the
No.
television off.
What's his name? Walls. What's his first name?
Tim.
Tim Walls. He was going like on a dove hunt or something, and he couldn't load the gun or something.
It looked
Right.
like a quail hunt to me, or excuse me, like a pheasant hunt. I think.
And he couldn't quite
I don't
load
know,
it.
but it
Couldn't
looked
quite
like it.
load the gun or something. And why
Are you serious?
Easton? Yeah.
Oh.
He couldn't figure out quite how to load it. But I was gonna ask you because when I see you hunting,
Yeah.
walk us through the feelings of tracking something with a bow and arrow.
Sure. Thank you. So
Because I'll just preface this by saying, we talked a little bit about I'm trying to find a new vice, find
Okay.
a little bit of a dopamine rush.
Yep.
Gambling I can't quite get into, and I've been sober since 2019. So we've talked in here about I'm looking for something.
I got it. I hate gambling, by the way. I don't gamble.
Yeah, I
I've
can't
never
do-
gambled a day in my life. I played high-low one time in Vegas, won $10, and I was like, cool,
That's
I
it.
won. I beat the town.
Walk us through the feelings of
Would be glad to. So I became a bow hunter in 2013. Actually became a bow hunter. Let me stop that. I became a bow hunter when I was in 6th grade, and I missed a deer, and it totally depressed me. And I didn't pick one up again until 2013. And as an adult,
What do you mean you missed one? So you had one.
I
took a
had
shot,
one.
Missed
Yep,
it.
Yep. 6th grade. Never forget it. I was on Brad Shrimp's farm. Brad's still a guy I talked to. He's one of my high school buddies. I was on his grandpa's farm on the backside and missed a deer, and I just broke my heart, as a young man. So I got back in 2013 and started bow hunting again. The walking through process, like I just got back from Colorado on a bow hunting trip
think
for
that's
elk
what
and
we
mule
saw.
deer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all on foot, by the way. You don't sit in a tree stand, nothing boring. I get bored really easy.
That's
So-
the hunting I feel like
Yeah.
I want to go sniff it out and follow
For instance,
it.
I saw the bit we were talking about. Your buddy was like, "Oh, please pray for me. I want to get a buck by the end of the season." First of all, I feel that on both occasions.
I'm praying for this. Like,
I may
those up
or may
every
not have texted like my wife and Johnny Morrison, several people being like, "Say a prayer for me." Anyway,
Please pray.
But that's usually like if I need to find a deer or something, or whatever. But here's the thing. So it's a spiritual thing for me, and I would put hunting over if I could make the kind of money that I make in music or in any job, hunting, I would only do hunting all the time because it feeds my spirit that much.
Wow.
There is something inside of me, I have, if you looked at like my great grandmother, Juanita, she was full-blooded Native American. I mean, she looked like your quintessential, she looked like a real Native American Indian. And, because she was. And so I have a lot of that in my bones and in my blood. And there's something about archery hunting that really, my wife says I'm obsessed with it. That would be an understatement. Like I'm really that into it. I live for this time of year. When the weather gets cool, I'm a little angry, like low blood sugar angry when we're away from the house. Even if we're on a tour show, I'm like, okay, cool. I love it. I'm thankful for the work. I want to get it done. I want to go home. And so I hunt as much as I can, and I've raised my kids like that too. My youngest loves to hunt like that. He just claimed what is looking like going to be top 2 archery record for the state a few weeks ago, and we did that from the ground as well. And so I'm pretty proud of him. 10 years old, but walking you through it is, it's simply put, it's a spiritual thing. You have to be really in tune with who you are. You have to be really in tune with the land, and you have to be really paying attention to everything around you. I mean, my kid always calls it ninja. We hunt like ninjas because if you watch ninja movies, it's not all about the camouflage that you're wearing. It's not about the scent control or all these fancy things that are sold in the hunting world to charm you, really. It's really just about you can get out there in a flannel shirt like the old school guys and a pair of blue jeans and get it done if you're good enough. I mean, I am not too good to roll around in the mud like Rambo, cover myself completely in mud and ticks, and crawl through a swamp if I want to make the harvest. So, and also second to that, hunting is just part of my heritage. It's part of the way I grew up. I harvested my first deer by myself when I was 8 years old. My dad told me I couldn't go, so of course I went.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And that was a shotgun. But man, there is something with a stick and string. If you ever do it,
Stick and string.
they'll be begging you to get back behind the camera. Trust me.
Yeah, stick and string.
Yep.
Nice.
Wait, so you sit, so you get it or whatever, and then or you see it,
Yeah.
and then you just gotta.
It's not about the kill. It really isn't. Most
Yeah.
people in today's social media
Well,
society.
I say that about addiction also. It's not about getting it. Yeah, it's about
Never,
the
never
high.
about the high. It's about putting it across the border, but we gotta love it.
So listen, it's really not about the kill, okay, or the harvest if you want to talk in politically correct terms. But
Yeah.
it's to me, it's the chase. It's the man. I'm about to close in on a moment that like less than 1% of people can do, and to me, there is no greater high than that. So
So the whole ritualization of
100%.
the night before, packing up the truck,
yeah.
driving out there,
Oh, yeah.
getting a cup of coffee, getting
yeah.
dressed, putting the stuff on,
Yeah.
and then
And
walking out there, and then it keep the escalation of the dopamine
Yes.
keeps
the
now you're
anticipation keeps
talking,
rising.
baby. Yeah,
now I will say,
and
that,
then you see one, or you sniff one, or you get a sign that one is around, or whatever.
but
Or
you know
see
how
the
it is
tracks.
you know how it is like being legitimately addicted to something, but when it's over, you're shot. I didn't mean that like that. I
I
meant
don't
like
pay attention to my.
he
other
said
artists.
earlier. He said earlier. We know you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Shut up.
We got you, dude. We got you.
Okay, let me put it back on me. I know what it's like to be addicted to something, and I'm addicted to hunting. So when the high is over, though, you're like, damn,
we did it.
This is awesome. You got the memory forever, but like,
it.
okay, what's next? What's next?
Is it like a come down afterwards? Is
Oh
it
my
like,
God, it's like falling off of a cliff.
like a hunting hangover?
Yeah. Okay. By the time that's the reason that I spend so much time in Florida is because you can hunt deer almost into the month of March because it ends here in 1st of January, and it's the most depressing you've ever seen in your life. So we go to Florida, and I'm like, whoa, it's just kicking in. Let's get going again.
Yeah.
So we're hunting all the way into turkey season. It's just it's fabulous.
My buddy Kyle texted me he texted me. He lives in Georgia. He goes, "Hey, dude, do you know anyone with property?" I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, it's like turkey season. I don't even know when turkey season is." But he goes, "Yeah, I'm looking for someone with."
April.
I go, "Well, how do you know if they're on there? How do you know?" I was like, "What do you? I don't even know what you're asking." And he's like, "Yeah, because I gotta go
Check it out.
hunt." Oh my, dude. Yeah. So I guess if you go, you're looking for it, and he's like, "I don't even know." Like if you're in Florida and you're like, "I want to go," this might be a basic question.
No.
I want to go hunting. How do you do that?
Well, they have lots of public land you can go.
Okay, they do, and you
They
got
do,
you
yep.
got to rent it or something.
Nope. Yeah, a public
can just
land you can
go.
just go. Yeah, any public land, I think. Now, don't quote me on this because then somebody will correct me on it. But most public land, from the way I understand it, you can go in and hunt it. I'm fortunate, to be a landowner in some places, and also just have good friends who I've made friends with that have land or whatever. But it's the same concept, But getting out there and doing it. Gosh, now I'm excited for you personally, even off record. Like, we got to get you a bow, man. Because
I got these pants already.
knowing we're loving it.
Ahead of the game. Ahead of the game.
This guy,
I got them from my stylist.
this guy's this guy's a little ahead of the curve.
lie.
Okay, never heard of the camo pattern, but we like it. Wait,
This is a bad pattern.
No, I love the pattern. I can't even see you. So we got to get you a bow. Though,
If a real cowboy sees these are good. They go, "This is not the right."
Oh yeah, they
I
are.
go,
dude.
"Guys, I'm wearing camo." They're like, "No."
They bell bottomed them out. By the way, I like that. That's a cool look with a different style of camo.
Yeah.
Which tells me whoever bell bottomed them out has never been hunting. But
Yeah.
I do like them. But
they go well with Air Force Ones.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm loving them,
Seems
honestly.
like you might be.
So
but-
I'm not. Trust me, if I was throwing shade, I'd just tell you.
Yeah, all
but we got to get you a bow because now understanding just this short time talking with you, it will become an addiction for you, likes of which you've never had before. Honestly,
This is what I'm talking about.
yeah. You'll I believe you'll love it that much because the chase and the fair chaseness of it and getting out there and making so many mistakes before you actually get something done.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding.
I'll say I got three buddies I know. My buddy Kyle, my buddy Austin, and my buddy Wells. That's
a cool name.
Everything. Yeah, it's kind of up the Easton Alley.
Yeah, he's a
when the season is when they let the gates open.
Yeah.
They're there.
Oh yeah.
Whatever season it is.
Yeah.
They
me too.
hey, where you at? Hunting, dude. I'm hunting.
Yeah,
So
pray for me.
so we always talk about like I don't get the ROI of it, right? Of certain different I don't get going down to Broadway every night. Well, some people obviously do. Like that one I don't, but I want to. I imagine it's like running in Lord of the Rings, Aragorn, he's running.
It's pretty awesome.
It's
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna lie.
Is that Aragorn that does that?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I've never seen the movie, but I'll
I'm
tell
gonna
you.
get fact checked by that for sure.
Yeah.
But I can promise you this: like for as many tree stands and blinds as I've set in over the years, and will do this year, I am bored to tears doing that. I like to get out on foot and do it the old school primitive way. And man, if you can get that done, like the mule deer that I took in Colorado. That was about a 300-yard stalk on foot on the ground in open range country in southern Colorado, and a 55-yard shot. And the elk was a 52-yard shot. And about 15 minutes later, it was kind of crazy how it happened. Never happens that way, but that was a 52-yard shot from the ground, spot and stalk as well, coming out of a riverbank. But man, if you can harvest anything, dude. If you can hit a target from the ground, I mean, you're doing something.
Yeah, if it like I've heard, what is that guy? You know that millionaire Grant Cardone or something? One of the guys we watched it in here. He's like, dude, I was on a precipice and it was this ram that was it was like 500 yards, 100 miles an hour wind or whatever.
Yeah.
He's just saying like in terms of like it keeps escalating, and I keep going back to addiction, but like it keeps. You shoot a squirrel, you're like, oh, that was. And then you go, and then you're like, some of these stories I hear of these guys hunting is like, this is.
Does it ever get old? Do
No.
you get desensitized to it?
Zero.
Okay.
No.
Nice. Yeah, this is perfect, bro.
You can ask Kelly, dude. I get serious. I get like real short answer. No.
Oh, it's like the first every time.
We weren't asking. No,
Dude,
whoa, chill, dude.
I'm telling you, it never does. And for the longest time, I was a very basic. You know, your basic all-American classic hunter guy.
Yeah.
Turkeys, fish, deer, pretty simple. But man, over the last couple of years, man, after I was fortunate enough to start doing elk hunting, and then the coolest hunt I've done so far, thus far, it was with a rifle. Just because of where we were, I couldn't get a bow shot. But it was a lion hunt, and that was not an African lion, a mountain lion. It was one of the greatest. Hunting achievements, if you will. It was unbelievable. Tons of snow, 20 degrees below, really cold, really high elevation up on the mountains. It was unbelievable. It was like, I grew up being a Hank Jr. fan, and so you listen to his songs like Gonna Go Hunting Tonight or something like that, and he's always talking about like Rocky Mountain sheep and mountain lion hunting and these kind of things. And so I'm basically getting to relive those kinds of moments myself, which is unbelievable. Now the bighorn sheep is a thing that
That's what it was.
I'm very. That's a real hard.
That's the next your next level.
That's a hard tag to get. That's not even next level so much as that's like upper deck level. That's level that most people aren't playing on. So
okay, yeah. What do you got to have money for that, or you got to have
Yeah, both.
better money and skill?
Yeah, and it's not like you pay for the hunt and it's like a can deal and you're going to guarantee to get one.
Yeah.
No, it's just like it costs that much to get the tag and the preparation, I guess, that goes into it. But
It's
the last one I checked was $80,000.
Really?
Just for a chance?
Just for the chance.
Because it's a raffle, right?
Yeah.
They only give out so many tags?
Just for the chance. It was $80,000, and they're like two for the whole area. But man, that's a bucket list for me. That
Yeah, you put it over your shoulder, carry it out of there. You feel like a man.
The cat I was hunting, I was a little two-sided about it. I was like, what do we? I want to find a cat there's a reason to be out there hunting it, other than just hunting a cat.
Yeah,
and
like he's mean to people? Like,
well, actually, this cat had been stalking people on the front porch of the lodge. No kidding.
You're hunting the hunter.
And
nice.
So we we were hunting the
He
hunter
goes out
for
there
sure.
just with a knife. Yeah, you're like, dude, this is crazy.
So we tracked that track from
See, that sounds cool.
from like
Yeah.
the cabin lodge area all the way up into the mountains. And
Vigilante justice.
and
yeah,
he's
well,
like,
that's old. That's
I
just,
want him.
That's
I want
primitive.
him to. I want the guide. There's no guide. Is there a guide?
There is one guy.
I want the guide to tell me like, you might die.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
yeah.
to- yeah. Just
Even if it's not true, I
lie
wanna
to me.
hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like this. If you're hunting in this way, he could have circled back and he could be.
Oh yeah, I want to be totally clear for people who have no clue what we're talking about, or the ones that do.
I don't want to
even-
be clear. I want to live in the.
Well, I mean, I want to live in a fantasy hunting world too.
Unclear only, please.
But but the truth is like when you say guide, it's like, oh, he must have needed help. Not really. I mean, the first step in anything is admitting that you need somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, right? And
Step
so
one.
I love hunting with my buddy Pat hunts with me on elk and that kind of thing because he's been doing it longer than I have, and so I appreciate the guidance and the knowledge. With the cat stuff, man, you get some old school tracker type dudes, like I mean,
Sherpas.
like
Sherpas
literally,
of
like
southern-
Sherpas and the
of
fold up
South.
hats, like the Elmer Fudd hats, and the whole thing, and they're running dogs and driving beat up trucks. It's awesome. It's a whole
He goes,
different thing.
stop. You're like, he's like, this way. You're like, what? What did you know, dude?
Yeah,
This way.
I smell the cat.
Well, I bet it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like I like to play golf. I've never shot in the 70s.
I know what
I never
that
shot.
means.
That's like an unbelievable
good?
score.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
like only 10%.
I'm with you. I don't know
But
golf
it's
either.
this. It's like, well, what I play all the time. We watch YouTube videos. We practice. We figure out how to read putts. All this stuff. And you're like, well, I've never done it before. So if I did do it, it's like a hole in one. That's just so unbelievable to do. Doing it is not. It's the whole buildup of like a. We were talking the other day with my buddy. He said he's a Cleveland Indians fan, and his other buddy was a Yankees fan, and I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. I go, if you could start from zero, this is going to make sense in a second. If you could start from zero and choose a team to be a fan of, you're like, I'm a Yankee fan. All right, well, a World Series means less to you because you win them all the time. But if imagine being an Indians fan your whole life, and then you finally win one, that has to mean so much more to you. That's what you're saying. It's like the chase or like the possibility of possibly
Achieving it.
Yeah. So if you're an Indians fan, and he's like, they win a World Series, and this guy starts crying, and he's like, I've been going to game. I bet the investment you've made in that team, all those losses, all those years, all those failures, to finally win it, you're like, it was all worth it.
You dang right.
That's hunting.
Do you cry when you cry when you kill an animal?
I gotta be honest. I
feel like I'd cry for
I
sure.
got a little emotional on a few of them. I mean, really.
Yeah.
If you don't, there might be something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty emotional thing. Look, I don't hunt to kill, okay? I hunt because I love to do it. I mean, I really do. And so a bad day at hunting is a great day in the field.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. And conservation means
Another song title.
it's true. And thank you. And conservation means a lot to me too, man. If we don't keep if we went to the simple matters of population control, if you don't hunt the deer, they're going to be smashing your car window. It happens. We all know somebody who hit a deer. So there's so many things that factor into it for me that are very special to me and that come into play. And the bonus is getting out to go out and do it.
That emotional like roller coaster of it is what would be appealing to me. Like I watch Steve Rinella stuff, like Maneater or Meat Eater.
Yep.
That is my extent of hunting knowledge, and that got me to be like, oh, I do this in a heartbeat. This looks
Absolutely.
amazing. Just for the chase, the emotional up and down of the whole thing. It's unreal.
One of the greatest things I think that all of you would probably get into once you do start, or if you ever do, is
First of all, I'm going to Bass Pro, and I'm buying like $5,000 worth of stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is for ducks, not. I was like, I need
Yeah,
it.
I guess I need that too then. All right.
I love the stuff and I want it.
Yeah. I'm going on a hunt. He's like, what kind? I don't know. Hunting. Give me that.
We'll see what's
Yeah.
there.
And they wear orange.
I meet you out there, dude. We can meet.
Us
I'll meet
three.
you-
Me, Easton, and Alex.
No problem. I can meet you out there. We can get it done. We can get it done the correct way, and we'll get you set up right. It won't take much. But no, I was going to say like one of the greatest things that hunting has provided to me as a real blessing is able to bless others through it with like, so these hats that we sell through Bass Pro, the proceeds go back to a couple different charities. One of those being the Hunters for the Hungry program. So anybody who harvests a deer or just loves to hunt, I mean, if they're just obsessed with hunting and they just want to shoot a deer every day, okay, they can donate the deer to a processor locally who donates to Hunters for the Hungry,
Yep.
and the hat proceeds pay for that processing
Nice.
for free to give to people. So that's
sweet.
part of conservation. That's part of
Yeah.
giving back, and that's also a great way to enjoy the sport and enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
and to put food on the table with somebody who may need it. You know, one deer feeds a lot of people, so it's pretty awesome.
I would imagine if you're live in like you're the settlers or something, you first came to America. Imagine like it's been a hard winter. Everybody's like hasn't eaten in like 4 days,
Unbelievable.
and you go out there, and they're like, dude, if you don't come back with something, the village is done, and there's no fridge,
Right.
so they can't keep it. They're like, when you come home, you come over the hill. Oh,
Talk about a tire
dude,
pump,
I'm getting
dude.
jacked up. You come
Imagine
over the
if you
hill.
missed though.
Well, hey, go back. I'm glad
You
that
don't
you're-
come back if you don't get something.
You're living with the deer
yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, you live out there. now.
The blood is like you put it on yourself. You
Yeah,
eat it
first-
that night.
First deer you take down, we're gonna slosh some blood over your face.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah,
But let me say this: think about even further back than that. Okay, before any Caucasian people or anybody besides Native Americans.
you can say white on this.
Well, it's
podcast.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as like the traditional terms
Yeah.
of
Oh, yeah,
races,
yeah, fair.
right? Like, okay, whites. It doesn't matter who it is, but think back all the way even before that, when Native Americans. I mean, you know, that this was their land and still is their land, and think about those kind of people. Now they were really stick and string hunting. You know, the white man came over, brought guns, muskets, and things like that. Native Americans are freaking gut strings
doing
and homemade bows and spears, like
Traps.
I have a
Hell
farm.
yeah.
I have a farm, and it'd be fun to come out there and film sometime. By the way, it's an Indian encampment, and so if you know, and we plant it for crops. It's in the 200-year crop rotation, so it's a legacy farm is what it's called. And but when you till the fields, you can just walk through there and like you're picking up gravel off a gravel road, you can just pick up Indian arrowheads and spear points and all kinds of stuff. Now, when you think back to that and you hold something like that in your hand, I mean, that's somebody who was hunting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many thousand years ago, was hunting with that stone on a stick, wrapped with twine on a string, and I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm hunting on bare feet, by the way, in the cold weather.
Humanity survived.
Yeah, boy.
Unbelievable.
That's now that is freaking awesome. And when you think about it that way, that'll make you proud to be a bow hunter, you know? So
Oh yeah.
it's
of the
I
legacy.
love it. I love it.
This week's episode brought to you by Miracle Made. Did you know, Easton, that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? That is true. I'd be in a lot of hotels, and you know it's all over the map.
Yeah.
If you want to wake up, if you want to wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend. If you wake up, oh, man, dang it.
You don't want to.
If you don't want to, and you do wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulated bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. If you brought sheets to a hotel, do you think that's wild?
No, I actually like that move.
Sheets to a hotel?
I've never done it, but I'm
never
just
done it.
thinking about it. I think that's a good move.
I've seen people bring pillowcases.
I do that.
That's
You bring
nice.
a pillowcase to a hotel?
Yeah, I'm not bringing sheets, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not doing the pillow. That's for sure.
Yeah. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters to prevent 99% of bacteria and require 3 times less laundry. Self-cooling properties for better sleep, self-cleaning, comfort, and luxury. Designed for your skin, baby. Miracle Made sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice as sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Easton, you ever stayed in a 5-star hotel?
Nope.
Dang, you get there one day, dude. Go to trymiracle.com/net. Why? It was net positive to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for, I haven't really either, probably.
Ethan's like sick, dude.
For love's sake, bro. I don't really either.
Thanks,
dude.
man.
4-star.
Yeah, 4-star. Sorry, dude. Yeah.
Just gotta get that on the record.
4-star.
Yeah, 4-star though. Yeah.
Order today and you can save over 40% and use our promo code NETPOSITIVE at checkout and you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in the product it's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/netpositive and use the promo code NETPOSITIVE positive to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/net positive or hit the link in the episode description below. This week's episode brought to you by Mando. They just sent me a box, baby. I'm boxed up. That's not what they want me to say. Introducing Mando Spray Deodorant, the best way to deodorize the most sensitive parts of your body. Oh, it's like a deodorant. How am I to describe it? It's like a aerosol can, but it's like for your full body.
Yeah.
I think it's a mix. Best way to describe it. I bet they have the copy that probably describes this if I keep reading, but I'm gonna do it myself.
Yep.
It's like it's not as like, it's not a cologne.
Right.
It's not a deodorant. It's like an in between. It's like a body spray.
That's well said.
Yeah, it's a bit like a deodorant body spray.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best way to deodorize the most sensitive parts of your body. Here are 3 reasons why you need to make Mando part of your daily routine. Just like I do, baby. First, it won't irritate your sensitive parts. The first ingredient is water, not alcohol. Interesting. Most of them alcohol?
Yeah.
That would actually make sense.
it's better-
Second,
better for
it's
you.
proven to control odor for 72 hours. That's like 4 days.
3, I think.
3, 12, 24. Oh, 24, 48. 70, yeah, 3 days. Think about what you could do if you knew your odor was under control for 3 days. Hunt.
A lot.
Hunt.
Oh yeah, you spend 3 days in the woods.
But if they can, if the deer can smell you,
I wonder if deer like Mando.
interesting.
We'll
Like
run that test. We'll have to run that test.
We'll run
Yeah.
that test.
Stay tuned.
Third, it has 360-degree spray, ideal for those tough-to-reach areas. Mando spray deodorant sprays on clear and dries quickly, so you don't have to worry about rubbing in. Unbelievable. They even work upside down, so you can hit your undercarriage with ease, kids. That's wild, dude.
Kids.
Yeah. Oh, upside down. Or if you're hanging upside down hunting, you can spray it right side up. That's not in the copy. Whole body deodorant, Mando's. That's the one I got. That's what they sent me.
Yeah. Full kit.
Whole body deodorant, ladies and gentlemen. Mando is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Unbelievable. Created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal body odor is being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Interesting. Mando whole body deodorant is powerful enough for the toughest body odor, but gentle enough to use everywhere, allowing you to put Mando on every part of your body without worrying, because it is, listen to this, aluminum free, baking soda free, cruelty free, dye free, and vegan. Vegan deodorant. So there's a lot of aluminum in a lot of them, and it's messing people up. Clinically proven.
If you have a problem with Mando, it's your fault, basically.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, the average odor level was 5 out of 10. With Mando, average odor level is 0 out of 10.
Hey.
That's a stat you can get on board with.
That's massive.
As I was saying, nobody's going to get that joke. All right. Do you get that joke?
Nope.
No, you don't. Okay, man. If you get that joke, email in. I'm going to need to know some affirmation on that. The stat. All right. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with the solid stick deodorant. Cream. This is the one I got in the mail. Cream tube deodorant. 2 free products of your choice. I got the soap and I think the body wash, the mini body wash. That's what I got. And the deodorant wipes and free shipping. Luckily, listeners, I got a discount code to help you get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant on the market. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code NETPOSITIVE at shopmando.com. shopmando.com. It's time to smell better. Your partner will thank you. Well, we were looking, I got to pull this up on my phone. We were looking, people have critiqued me for going to cities on tour that they've never heard of. Chris Janson. Let me read some of these cities. Corryville, Pennsylvania. Noblesville, Indiana. Burgettstown, Pennsylvania. Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
That's a nice one.
Caldwell, Idaho. Nashport, Ohio. Petersburg, West Virginia. Sturgis, I know what Sturgis is. Ludington. Are these hunting cities or are these?
They probably are.
Coarse Gold, California.
That was an awesome one.
Eucapia, California. Yucaipa.
Trust me, I had to say it 300 fucking times before they got it right.
And the mecca of that where I just returned from 2 weeks ago. You're headed there, Shipshewana, Indiana.
You're doing 3 nights there. I saw you had a third show.
Oh yeah.
I've done
you
my
are tracking with the
I've
Blue
done
Gate
my
Theater.
homework on this guy. We love him.
Have you been out there?
Oh, it's awesome.
It's
the Blue
awesome,
Gate,
dude.
it's
It's
freaking
unbelievable.
killer, bro. I mean, the crowds are really
Incredible.
engaged.
They're incredible.
And they're incredible. And it's a beautiful, you would not even,
No, it's unbelievable.
before you go in, you would not understand that it's an unbelievable theater, indoor amphitheater almost.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That's
it's
a good
just
way to
shaped
say it,
just,
yeah.
which is what it is.
It
It's
is like
shaped
an
just like
amphitheater.
that. And
Yeah.
so it's a great place to play. And so I play everywhere that I get paid to play. I've always been that way. And
That's a good way to think about
well,
that.
why not?
Same.
I don't care. I'm not a snob either. I actually prefer to go into tertiary markets, is what the industry calls them, or subsidiary markets,
I go
where
there
the
too.
real
Let's tour
rural. That would actually be awesome.
You could do the accent on my
I swear to God, that would be the funnest thing I've ever seen.
I feel like every guest that comes in here, I feel like I try to arrange a tour.
No, I'm
Yeah,
but
because I feel close to them after they're talking. Like, let's tour together.
but I'm
Give me
taking it
a
real
headline for me.
serious, like in
Yeah.
literal. Like I would love to do that, but that would be. I've said for years, I don't know why me and a stand-up comic are not doing a tour together, because there's a lot that could be viable for that. For
some
both
good
of us, it would be
overlap.
great,
We've been on stage together, a
and
couple
people would
once or
enjoy
twice.
it. That would be funny.
Ah, that'd be awesome.
But man, what was I getting at?
About the markets.
Oh yeah.
Markets.
I love going to those places. That's where you
Yeah.
find the real Americans. That's where you find the backbone of America, the people that built the country, and the people that are really fired up to be there, who may not be able to drive to Pittsburgh, or may not be able to drive to New York, or or Manhattan, or whatever it may be. So I've played all the big cities, and we'll be going back to them as well. But I hit every small town across America, man. That's the American dream.
Yeah. Well, in terms of, man, I do all the same markets, by the way, and I what are people, and we don't have really get into politics. I know a lot of the elections coming up, but what do you gather that those people are saying, either out loud or not out loud? Who are these people that and I'm asking that different from what people may see on Twitter or the news. Like I go to all these places, and so do you. What are these people like, and what are they saying, and what do you think they need?
Well, you're a touring artist of sorts, right? So you understand that.
I didn't like your tone when you said that. But.
So
Of sorts was, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Of sorts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
No,
you're
I
touring,
mean, like,
touring artist of sorts.
I'm a touring artist. You're a touring comedian.
Okay, all right.
You're
I'm
kind
an
of
artist.
artistic.
Yeah.
How you say,
Yeah.
and so
In your own words,
Yeah,
you are a touring artist.
in your words. No, I'm kidding. So, but here's what I see out there. I see very simple things. If they can't afford the gas, they can't get to the show. Okay. If they can't afford the gas, they can't buy the ticket. If they can't afford the groceries, and they have to choose between one or the other, they're going to feed their family.
Oh.
From what I can tell, and this is for me too, man, I just want cheaper taxes, cheaper groceries, cheaper gas, freedom of speech, freedom of everything. I just want a normal America that I remember growing up in.
Yep.
And that's what I see people wanting.
Yeah.
I don't even see a lot of political propaganda, whether it be right or left, at my concerts or even around the places that I go. I think number one is because I don't have the time to even delve into that much. I mean, it's a sinking ship either way. So with me though, the things that I do see, that's what I see. I see real hardworking Americans who just want to get by and support their families. And so if that, and it probably does, if that makes them vote a certain way, whether it be for Trump or for Kamala or whatever election may be in, that's what they're going to do. And for me personally, I just told you, I want lower everything, and I want to be able to afford continuing to do what I do, because if I can't do it and people can't come see it, then none of us have a job. So right now, things are really blessed in our world, and they're blessed in a lot of people's world. But I can tell you for certain that for the last year, it's been a little sketchy out there in the market. And I know you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like, you can get out there, and this is not just on the level of entertainment. This is for everybody across the board. People, like, it's expensive to live. It's expensive to live in today's world and economy. I think that's total bull. I'm for the American working man. Because that's what I came from. You remember that scene from Tommy Boy years ago where Dan Aykroyd says, "I'm for the American working man because that's who I am and that's what I care about." In all seriousness,
Easton's 20, so he's never heard of that movie.
Oh yeah,
but
you'll get there. In all seriousness, though,
I'm with you.
that's where my brain is at all the time. So I try to be very conscious of that, and that's what I see with the people. That's what I see.
And if somebody is at your show yelling, "Let's go, Brandon," is because their buddy Brandon is drunk. Right. And you're like, dude, let's go.
You gotta go.
No,
Brandon, let's go.
Come on.
Hey,
Like you've had 7 Busch Lights.
The
dude.
Uber's
Let's
here.
get out of
Let's
here.
go.
Brandon.
I'll tell
They
you
should
what.
change it to Brandon. Let's
Brandon,
go.
comma, let's go.
Brandon, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You've been, you're not getting that girl's number. Let's go.
I actually never had a problem with Brandon. He's a fabulous guy. I told him, I said, we can do this thing together or apart. You pick. And
Brandon.
I told him, I said, now you just look drunk. You just look drunk, Brandon. So, but
I've
no,
never
listen,
had alcohol.
I don't
Trump
even,
doesn't
and
do
I
it.
don't even drink. I don't like it. I like the smell. I don't like it though. It's not for me.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing I do hear a lot at my shows, which tells me a lot about where we are, and it excites me personally. Okay, I hear a lot of USA chants. I fly the American flag 3 times usually on the big backdrop on the screen when we have a digital wall, and then I fly 2 American flags on the side. I'm just for America. I really am. I am just an American. I'm proud to be in this country. I'm proud of our veterans. I'm proud of the flag, and when I was growing up, that was never political. It was just the thing you did because this is where we're from. So I don't ever look at it politically. I just love this country. I'm really proud of it. And I'm proud of the Constitution. I'm proud of everything that it stands for. And that probably tells you exactly who I am.
Speaking of America and people who could run for president, you're friends with The Rock.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Oh, yeah.
So
How
I
did we not
was
get to that?
Segue.
So yesterday, thank you. So yesterday, great guy, by the way. Yesterday we were in California. I had a big show out there in
The Rock?
Yucaipa. Yeah. And so
Great guy.
Well, he's a fabulous guy.
I can't do it, dude. I can't do it.
He told me when I met him, I got to get some arms like you. I said, you'll get there. You'll get there.
No, but I met him at the place we were at yesterday. We were over in Los Angeles, and met him in 2022. He was waiting in a valet line to get his car because it's the only thing you can do there. And I'm waiting on mine. My kids were like, "Oh my God, Dad, that's The Rock. That's The Rock." And so I just said, "Hey, brother, would you mind getting a picture with my kids?" And he did. He was so kind. And then we sparked up a conversation. We stood there for like 30, 45 minutes. Kelly ended up telling him, "Hey,"
Sweet.
Kelly goes, "He's a country singer. Buy me a boat."
Oh, yeah.
And he was like,
You were wearing this outfit.
He was like,
at
he was
the
like,
valet in LA. You're like, I figured.
Wait, actually, and then he was picking up on it, which was great, And by the way, I'm not like weirded out by that because he's a global superstar.
Yeah.
And by the way, like I'm not the kind of country artist who assumes that everyone knows who I am because I've had some hit songs. Like country music is a real small part of the world. Yeah. So we became legitimate friends. He was like, "Dude, can I have your number?" And I was like, "Of course." Rock. So
Mr. Rock?
It's just a weird thing.
Sure.
Yeah, it is.
When you have somebody that
Asking
famous
a dude for their number.
who's incredibly also, but no, like
That's what you're hung up on, is asking a
not
guy.
weird, not weird like that.
Ask a guy for his number.
But when you meet somebody that upper deck famous, right?
Yeah.
And they're just that normal.
Yeah.
It's almost like what is happening here? So we became friends, and by 7:00 that evening, he was texting me all the songs in my catalog that he loved. Most were B-sides, by the
sweet.
way. Most were B-sides. Redneck Life was his first favorite one. And then we go into this whole thing about, because he found out I was a Grand Ole Opry member in that 30-minute talk, and these kind of things. And he loves Merle Haggard. He loves Hank Jr. He grew up in Nashville. Did you know that?
Rock did?
Yeah, he grew up. He went to McGavick High School.
Oh, no
Really?
way. I didn't know that.
He tried to get a gig at Tootsie's when he was a kid because he wanted to be singer.
Yeah.
And they kicked him out just like they did me. But I was persistent and got the gig. So
You're better than him.
We have almost the same. What'd you say?
You're better than him.
Well,
Apples to apples, you're better than him.
He didn't get the gig. I got
You
the
both
gig.
tried something and you succeeded at it.
No BS. He's actually a pretty good singer. I'm not lying. He's a
That
great.
doesn't surprise me in the least.
He really is.
The Rock can sing. Of course he can.
Yeah, of course he
and
can.
he's a cool guy, but we have a lot of the same kind of story and history and the way we were kind of brought up, sort of ragtag, and we have just kept that friendship going. So whenever What You See Is What You Get, the current single, came out this past season, we were making the video, and I didn't invite him to be in that for clout reasons. I invited him because I consider him a friend, and we have been talking about starting to dip his toe into country music a little bit, and how could we get that going? And so I said, "Would you like to join me in this video because you're this kind of guy?" He said, "Send me the song," and I sent it to him. He hit right back. He said, "I'd love to. Let's plan it." So our teams got together. My team being Mike Kelly, and his team being, he has a very small team, by the way. It's not like a bunch of extravagant, crazy people, and you got to go through channels to get to him. He's a normal guy.
I like
so
this guy.
he's a fabulous person. And we did the video, and then he actually brought up, he's like, we got to do some major press around it. So we went and did Entertainment Tonight and all the big outlets in Los Angeles. We did on a rooftop bar together. I mean, it was unbelievable.
That's awesome.
So, that's all I can say. He's a great guy. And I would say that we've been talking about maybe in the new year getting together and singing, finally making his Grand Ole Opry debut. We're going to do it together. Probably do some Haggard covers.
I'll be there.
Maybe please. Maybe hit Tootsie's afterwards and have a little after party because, that would be kind of cool to kind of have a homecoming.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
The Rock doing side quests.
He could finally sing at Tootsie's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. Like he never got to. So that's kind of been part of our deal, and but he's a great guy and turned out to be a good friend. I've made some extraordinary friends in the last year and a half between The Rock, Brett Michaels, who I just got off the road. We just did a tour together. Poison, great guy. And these guys have become like part of my brotherhood, which is so interesting and weird and so not weird and awesome and small town feeling all at once.
That's
Now,
cool.
one fact check about the story, and Kelly, you tell me if this is true or not. The Rock asked for his number?
Yes.
Something like that. They exchanged numbers.
Wow, okay, all right, hold on. She said something like that. They exchanged numbers.
Oh, I'll fact check it for the camera.
They did post it on Instagram.
Dude goes,
Posted it. He posted
Dude goes-
it on Instagram after you met him.
Dude goes, brother, give me your number. That's exactly.
It sounds
brother,
like him.
brother, give me
Yeah.
your number. And I was like, okay, yeah. He's like, let's keep in touch, like friends. I was like, cool, man.
We were in. This is not to flex, but we were at the Titans game yesterday, and Breland was in the where I'm, and he's a buddy of ours, and he was asking about. We talked about the pod or something about the pod. He's like, dude, I'd love to come on the pod. So you talk about
That's the same thing.
No, well, not the same thing. It was the same thing. Where like it's a dude, and you're like, all right, should we like get each other's numbers situation? Because you're like these opportunities, this and this, and I go, yeah, dude, let me get your number. And then you're like, because I don't know how to. You're asking a guy for his number.
feel weird about
I just feel funny about it. I just do. Asking a guy for his number is funny.
I don't feel weird about it.
He's gonna come on. We'll ask him about this story.
You know where I
when he
got
comes
John's
on.
number? I got John's number at a
yeah.
NASCAR race.
That's true.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he was walking around.
Who
in
asked who for whose
he was,
number?
Like walking around in my house. I asked you for yours. I was walking around his house. Like, hey, by the way, I was riding a golf cart to go into play.
Yeah, I was walking. He was on a
he
golf
was in
cart.
the parking lot. I don't know what he was doing in the parking lot, but anyway, he was moseying around the parking lot.
I was making a video.
Right, yeah. So I said, "Yo, I'm a huge fan, dude, for real."
That's true.
And let me get your number. We need to keep in touch. That was it. So no problem.
That's a fact.
I love it.
John, when's the last time you asked a guy for their number?
Yesterday at the game. Before that,
Yeah, before that.
I'll be too nervous to ask a guy for his number.
Dude, you're so funny.
If a guy's like out of my league,
Man, hey, I want to tell you.
There's a lot to unpack there. We'll just another episode.
Kelly,
Solo when there's no
What's
guest.
your number?
Kelly reminded me of something. The funny. I must brag on you a moment. The funniest video that you ever made was the 30A video.
oh yeah, classic.
Where we
dude,
just
classic.
got back from that.
Yeah.
It is not only a classic, but it is so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. As a matter of fact, I saw some of the comments. Like, can't believe again how you know how comedy pisses some people off.
Yeah.
Some people are like, well, you don't like it, you can leave. I mean,
Yeah.
great.
That's the bet. We should have like a 5-10%.
Like who says
makes
like
it better?
that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
the best video I've ever
Thank you,
seen.
man. That's very kind of you.
It's extremely descriptive to a T.
And
I
if
mean,
you know that if you ever been down there, you're like, this is unreal. And if you'd never been there, you wouldn't even get it.
you would
You wouldn't
never
even
get it.
Wouldn't even know.
Yeah, if you have a house down there, you feel like you've been in their house.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
nailed
100%.
every bit of it.
Dude.
The interior design,
nailed it.
everything.
It's weird.
And I think I've seen you. If we're trying to fact check if Chris Janson is country, I've seen Chris Janson at a NASCAR race, the Opry, Bass Pro,
Yep.
and 30A.
Yep.
Checking
Those
the
are all-
boxes.
Now 30A would be a little bit more high end.
Yeah.
but
it's like polo shirt
Yeah.
with a camo jacket.
Over.
No big deal.
yeah, it's
But-
like this kind of camo.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
It's cool. It's trendy camo. As
So,
a matter
hold
of
on.
fact,
If you say if I walked into Bass Pro with this, they would know that I was not a hunter.
yeah. I'm just being completely. I'm just being frankly.
That's crazy.
I'm being frankly
Because of the
honest.
splattered paint stain.
Yeah, probably.
And the pink and
Yeah, it's two-tone camo. It's two different patterns.
This and this?
Yeah, the middle pattern's an army pattern, like not an army, but like some kind of jungle pattern, and the other one is like a
Oh, this and this.
Yeah.
They put
Deer's
this
gonna
in
see
it.
that in a heartbeat, bro.
they're gonna go nuts.
And they know the difference. Trust
yeah,
me.
they can see that.
You're
Yeah,
gonna be like, come on, man.
Man,
Nah,
I
get
was
outta here.
I was a camo snob forever, like most
Yeah.
like most hunters who think they're so cool.
I need to get
like
on
there's
that,
so
yeah.
many people in the hunting community that are
Yeah.
like, you got the wrong stuff on, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like you got the wrong scent control on, stupid. You know, I mean, dude, it's so dumb. Like nowadays,
yeah,
I
get
hunt in
out there.
cowboy boots and jeans and like kill bigger deer than most people. So whatever. I mean,
yeah.
it's just as simple. Like, okay, who cares? None of that
Get out
matters. It's dumb.
Well, let's wrap this up. I think by asking. I want to talk about.
I can stay here all day.
about
I love this.
Yeah, about what you learned about the beginning of his journey.
Oh, so I saw you at the
And I
Ryman
didn't do-
way back when I first moved to town in
where?
2015. I saw you at the Ryman.
oh gosh, yeah.
And you told your story about moving to town, living out of the
my car.
car. Yeah, Tootsie's, how that started and everything.
And look, that was 9 years ago, and you must still remember. You still
sure.
remember that
Yeah,
story.
it stuck
must
with
have
me
had
for
some
sure.
impact on you.
Thank you.
Would you do you think that there's still in Nashville in country music? Do you think there's still a path from Broadway to Billboard charts?
100%. Oh, absolutely. I think you have to choose that path. I think that we live in a social media world, which is awesome, by the way, in a lot of respects. I mean, if it weren't for that, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You know, so I can see both sides of it. However, there is something incredibly rewarding. Okay, when you start out from absolutely nothing and you build it into absolutely something coming from the bars. I mean, it's just a whole other vibe. And you know, I've for instance, like some cool things have happened in my life via social media, but it's here and it's gone. It has no lasting effect, you know, not really. And there's nothing tangible about it. But man, starting there, absolutely. I believe there's a huge outlet. I actually encourage people who are wanting to try to do this, do it that way. It's so much more rewarding. You learn so much more.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people nowadays get famous, so to speak, off of social media, but they don't know how to go out and perform.
Why, again, you looked at me. Again.
I'm just trying to include you in the conversation.
So many people, you know, they don't know how to do it, and they perform. I'm just kidding. You were doing that. I'm just joking. But
know.
you came from Missouri, and you were sleeping in your car. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was sleeping in the
And performing on Broadway.
I had a 99 Monte Carlo at the back seat folded down in, and so it made like a bed. It was awesome. I slept so behind what is now Honky Tonk Central.
Yep.
Okay, that used to be an Irish pub called Shawnee. When I moved to Nashville, there were still a lot of boards on the windows.
In what year?
2005.
Okay.
That's when I first landed here, and I'd never been anywhere, and so it was pretty rough downtown, and it's still rough in certain areas, you know. So it's a lot more commercialized now. It was not then. It was still the old school Broadway. You could smoke in bars, but man, learning that way taught me so much about. Like now, as a touring artist, I can play anything at any time. I play my music, but if I want to break into a random cover, I can just, boom, I can do it.
Because of those days.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of people that can do that. Luke, speaking of Luke, he's one of those guys that can do that. You know, he came up in a lot of bars and things like that too. I think that path is an amazing path for people. And like I said, if you find success after doing it that way, it just feels like there's more grit to it. You know, there's something a little bit more badass about it. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think that in a lot of ways, this podcast it's my journey as a comedian. Yours is certainly in podcasting and hunting, and this is like and what people want from the country is that you can work and you can earn something from it. And
American dream.
That you can. I think you're asking about music, but you're really asking for you. What's concerning to me is the country. You look at it, you go, all right, if you. A lot of the people that we've talked about this before that are Uber drivers that are from the Middle East or whatever, they were like, this place is unbelievable.
I talked to one last week.
Dude, I can drive however long they allow them to drive a day. There's I think 10 hours or so. He's like, so I could just come here, drive 10 hours a day, and then I could get an apartment and then a house and then my family, and then he can see a path forward.
Yes.
And that's everybody. And then you go, all right, if I make $60,000 a year and rent is $45,000, do the math in your head. I can never make it, which is what our parents are. There was a path forward.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are concerned in this country that I'm working overtime and there's no
Yeah, I'm stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
There's no possibility, even if I
Yep.
work here and this amount of rent that I have to pay, there's no way for me to. And I've talked about this before with dealing with depression or anxiety or that I feel like a lot of people when they do, if you can endure sleeping in your car, smoky bars, bartenders probably treating you terrible, people yelling at you, everybody at whoever the record label says is not good. You can endure the greatest amount if that is possible for you.
100%.
And if it's not, that's what people are. A lot of people are diseases of despair, and then I'm just going to go drink, and I'm just going to go do things to my body that are not taking care of myself or not valuing myself or others because I don't see a way. And I think a lot of people are concerned about that.
I'm proud to say I've never done a drug. I don't drink. I love.
See, I didn't say you. That's the
I
difference.
love
I just
you.
said people. That's the difference.
Well, you
I
looked
could-
at me.
You know, a lot of people struggle. You're what?
I don't do those things.
Yeah,
And
just Mountain Dew.
And I did drink a lot of Mountain Dew, which is an addictive drug, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess technically. But no, I agree with you totally. I think that a lot of people are feeling disenfranchised and they're feeling like they can't see that path forward. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we live in the greatest country historically on the face of the earth, the land of the free, the home of the brave. We have every
and Uncle
opportunity.
Sam put his name.
100%. We have the opportunity to live the American dream. We are living proof of the American dream, and it is that still excites me.
Yeah, same,
That still excites
same.
me. So I try to put that message out, in my shows. Even
Yeah, I like
going
that.
back to the last point of like, how do you think people are feeling right now? I try to put that out there as a reminder that at least we woke up today. At least we woke up today.
Man, this
And
makes me feel good.
It's true. And
Yeah.
at least we woke up today, and at least we woke up in a free country.
Yeah.
And no matter how things may seem or appear to be, media is just, it's a love-hate relationship for me, because you see so much negativity that can pull you down and suck you down.
Yeah.
If you can just get out of that and go bow hunting, get outside, do whatever you need to do to relieve your mind of that.
Yeah.
The real basics of this country and the principles and the moralistic values are still alive and very much well. And promoting those is healthy, because, it's like promoting laughter. If you promote laughter, people laugh. They make other people laugh. It's just so on and so
That's
forth.
what you see on all those cities.
100%.
That's what you see. Is everybody going? Yeah, we're here to drink a couple cold beers and
We want to forget about life for like 90
sing
minutes.
some songs together. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I try to promote that lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle, and healthy, not only just physically, but emotionally healthy. Being healthy, emotional will cancel out your anxiety, will cancel out the depression. If you can just remember the things that are basic in our awesome America: freedom, the flag, everything that it stands for. I mean, we have the opportunity to be great, change the narrative. Like my song "Good Vibes" says, it's like I'm just trying to change the narrative of the situation, which I have to change my narrative every day, because something in everyone's life happens to a negative
is it,
extent,
narrative?
usually every day.
Rhymes with imperative. What is it? Is it?
Yeah, that's what the song says. I'm not trying to change I'm just trying to change the narrative, because it is simply imperative that we all have a damn good time. Yeah,
All right, and if you see a photo, I'm looking in the camera. If you see a photo of me, Alex, Easton, and Chris, and Easton's holding a big one, you'll know where it started.
Not with those pants, though.
Well, tell everybody where to find you and what you've been up to.
Wait,
What?
what is he holding in the picture?
Oh, he's holding it. I went like this.
I mean, no offense, but I'm
Rewind
like,
it. I said Easton's holding a big one.
yeah.
I thought I was looking in the camera. If I go,
I know you thought that too. I was like, what the fuck's he
Well, I
holding?
thought I was trying to think. Maybe I was gonna like a 12.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it.
Come on.
A deer. Yeah.
He's holding when you're looking at a deer, you're holding them like this.
Well, I promise you, somebody out there was thinking, what is he talking about? So anyway,
Tell them what you're up to. What's coming up for
well,
you?
thank you. Well, first of all, I'm going to try to come and see you on tour, because
yeah.
I truly, all jokes aside, I truly think you're one of the funniest humans I've
That's
ever
very
come
kind of
across.
you, brother.
I mean it.
Thank you, man.
And when you made the bit that one time, you said, I wish Chris Janson was my dad. And then you cut away. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
did
could
a
be your dad,
joke
bro.
in a Bass Pro Shops about that. What was it? It was like every Bass Pro Shop shopper or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was picking up a cooler, and I go, I wish Chris Janson was my dad.
And then you just cut to the next thing, and I was like, I could be your dad, bro. But no,
Well, except
so
you're younger than me. But.
I'm going to try to come and see you. And then I'm touring everywhere. You can go to chrisjanson.com to check that out. And then, of course, my socials. It's the Chris Janson on Instagram, which will lead you to TikTok and X and all those kinds of things.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if you know, for listeners out there, if you follow my life, you're following our life. You see a lot of me, my wife, my kids, what we're doing. It's not just your typical stock stuff. It's, you know, you see a little bit of both, which is nice, I think. But the touring is where it's at for me. So please come out and see a live show. And, you know, we've talked a lot about overcoming depression, anxiety, addiction, all kinds of things in the world that, by the way, a lot of people don't want to talk about, but everybody's dealing with. And at my concert, like John's comedy shows, that it is the place to be if you want an uplifting good time and just to remember why we're here, to laugh a little bit, have a good time, remember that we're blessed if we're alive and we're breathing, and all those things combined. So that's what I'm up to. And also I'm not going to lie, it's hunting season, and I'm going to be in the woods every single chance I get.
If you see Chris Janson in a Bass Pro Shop, go up and say hi to him. Say you heard about him from the Net Positive.
That's it. The Net Positive. I love that, by the way. The Net Positive.
That's what we're
That's
all
really
about.
good.
Thank you, brother. Come back by anytime.
Thank you, brother.
You got it.
I mean, yeah, sure, it was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.